costumes on, even me. I went for it. We are so happy to be here with you tonight. We have a really fun show ahead of us, but first we have to thank our sponsors, brokersrealty.com of Stroudsburg. If you're going to buy, sell, rent, or auction off any kind of property, make sure to check out brokersrealty.com of Stroudsburg. It is a seller's market right now, so if you want to sell your house, make sure you check them out and ask for Sarah Smith Katz, their most fabulous, fabulous real estate agent. She's over there in the kitty cat outfit. So, hi, Sarah. How you doing?
Hi, Holly. I love your Elf on a Shelf costume. It's
Already.
it is such a good
Very
idea.
ironic.
Yes,
And
it
I'm
is.
playing a doll.
Yep, because you just love dolls so much.
Oh, yeah.
I my cat is like going nuts over my costume.
Well,
Look at
because Harry thinks that you're, one of his own now.
yes. So I think that we all kind of have, shown our personalities in our costumes tonight. So
I
hi,
just asked.
Hi, Sarah. Happy Halloween.
you.
I am so happy to be here tonight. Of course, I get to show off my personality. I'm in my kitchen. I'm not on that in front of that backdrop tonight because this is where I have a lot of my decorations behind me. So I hope the lights don't bother anybody. So I'm in my kitchen. So we're going to do some keep it simple, sweet Halloween treats that are so easy. And then I'm also going to show you some really easy decor things that you can do with items around your house, things you can find in the dollar store. Easy peasy. I wanted to open by saying, you know what? With all the things that we've been through over the last couple of months, there's just one thing that is evidently clear to me is that no one can take away your spirit. No one can take away your love for the holidays, whether it be Halloween. To some people, Halloween is like their Christmas, and that's totally fine. And I totally dig that. And nobody can take away what really brings you joy. And for a lot of families, this is it. This is the big one. They decorate outside, they decorate inside. We have a Halloween Christmas tree upstairs in our office / schoolroom. And I just want to put out to everybody that you do not have to spend a ton of money to have the spirit of Halloween in you, whatever that means to you. We're going to show you a few things and about how to have fun safely and to still have fun. Don't let anyone take away your Halloween spirit. I don't care if you're hanging out on Saturday night, if you have no little ones, if you're not really into giving candy, sit around with your older kids or your husband or your family members. I'm going to show you something that's fun, even for the big kids. Or if you're having an adult party on Saturday night with some cocktails and some food and some costumes, this is something that people can do around the table that is fun. It's interactive. It kind of gets everybody involved, kids to the older folks. And I just wanted to open with that obviously we are not letting this change our Halloween spirit, whether or not we're able to trick or treat or not, because we are still can be at our homes with our families. So please just bring out whatever the Halloween spirit means to you, the holiday spirit. I say go for it. And we certainly did. This is my homemade kitchen witch hat. I bring her out every year. I made this myself. As you guys know, Sarah and Holly know that I'm very crafty and creative and I love to express myself. So I do it a lot of the times through either my clothes or my decor in my house. I'm always decorated in some fashion. And this boa that I have on is actually a garland decoration that I made from scrap tulle and fabric. I have it hung here in my kitchen and I decided tonight that I was going to use it as my boa instead of having a cape on, Sarah, because I thought the cape would be too hard with chocolate and the things that I'm doing. So I thought I would put a little, so see, I multi-purpose. I recycled the fabric. I have dual purpose for it. So it's DIY. So Sarah, why don't you share with us, number one, what does Halloween mean to you? Maybe some Halloween memories. I know you have, obviously your girls are grown up, but they, were little once and you guys went trick-or-treating. What does that mean to you? And then share with us how you DIY for Halloween.
Okay. Halloween actually is both of my daughters' favorite holiday because it's a time for us to, of course, get together with family. We get together with all of you guys and all of the little ones. They love dressing up. We have always dressed up since they were little girls. Just done the costumes and whatever. I love face painting. So that's why I painted my face tonight, because I think it's a great way to express yourself. And
Sarah, at your very heart, and a lot of people don't know this, is that you really truly are an artist.
yes, I am.
I mean, you are, as am I. If I were to put a resume together of all the things that I've done, I truly am an artist, and we come very honestly by that. And so I think that your artistic expression comes out, you know, whether it be through your jewelry or your clothing, or like you said today. I love the way you did your face. I
Thank
love it. I was, when I turned on the computer and saw you, I was like, oh my God, you look cute.
Well, I will say that, you know, face painting, I think face painting is very hard on your skin. So I had to actually look up, you know, because I didn't know what I wanted to be. I found the ears and I'm like, okay, I can paint a cat face on my face. But, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do when you do it on yourself.
Yeah.
So I looked it up on Google, and anyone can do that. And it's kind of like paint by number, really, when you're following another picture on yourself. If you kind of follow the lines that they have, it's pretty easy to do what I did.
Well, I love it. You know what? I'm going to show you guys before we talk to Holly. Well, Holly, you talk while I'm doing this. I'm going to show you guys something really cool. Somebody actually put on my Facebook or tagged me on a really cool, cute little, I don't even want to call it a recipe. It's a food craft. I love food gifting and food crafts. It's one of my adult lifelong passions. I used to be in the gourmet food business. I don't know if people know that, but that is one of my passions. I am very much a visual food and visual dessert person. Like, I'm the person that doesn't like the candy corn or the peat marshmallows, but I like the way that they look. So this person that knows me so well sent me this little thing, and it was really apple slices. You know, we all are familiar with dipped apples at Christmas, the whole apple dipped in caramel or chocolate or that red sticky stuff. I think that gets really complicated and hard. And if you don't have a temperature, a candy thermometer, or the right equipment, it can be quite cumbersome and difficult. And then everybody just gets disappointed. So this is a great way for you, Sarah, Holly, anybody, adult kids, you know, supervise with your kids can do this. Supervise with your kids can do this at home. So basically I took Granny Smith apples, and not really big apples either. You could take the really big, I don't care what apple you use. I used Granny Smith because I happen to have them in the house. We always have Granny Smith apples. And I sliced them pretty thick, and I gave them a bath after I sliced them in lemon water, because then you don't want them to turn brown. Okay, right. So then you put them on a paper towel and you make sure that they're dry, because if you dip a wet thing into chocolate, it'll seize the chocolate and then you'll have problems. That's like an insider tip. Always make sure that you have no wet stuff, even if you do a bane. So I did these, melted this chocolate on top of my stove with a pot and the water in the old-fashioned way. You need no fancy equipment, or you can do it in the microwave. Just follow the instructions, because you don't want to blow up chocolate. Right. So I'm starting with, now because we're in Halloween, I ran out of time because I had other things and I didn't get to do the white chocolate. There are so many different things that you can do with this. I did a couple ahead of time, and I did one with spooky eyes. And these were just eyes that I had. I have a sprinkle collection. But if you don't happen to have a sprinkle collection and an equipment collection in your, sorry about that, my phone's ringing, in your home, you can find sprinkles at any big box store, any craft store. Buy them when they're on sale. You know, buy them at the end of the season. Could you take the phone call? Maybe not in the room. Sorry. Hello. Or this, or I did like a mishmash of sprinkles. So very Halloween sound. Now I'll take a picture of these after the show so I can show people. This is all stuff that you can go out and get. We have enough time that you go out and get. I use semi-sweet chocolate chips from Aldi's, literally, in a glass bowl in the microwave or on a bain marie on top of the stove. And you take your apple, make sure to thickly slice them so that you can get the popsicle stick on. Popsicle sticks also can be found in any craft store if you want, and you're doing this for a crowd. Obviously wear gloves. I'm not wearing gloves because it's just for us, but Holly will talk in a little bit about safety, you know, protocols, and you know, just being sanitary, because if you're giving things away, food gifts away, nobody wants you to not do the things that you love to do. You just have to do them in a safe way, and Holly will talk more about that coming up, but you just basically get the excess off. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stick a pretzel on mine and an eyeball and I have some chocolate chunks. Again, I had them in my pantry, so I didn't really spend a lot. And I'm gonna put some sprinkle on there. So this one's a mishmash of stuff, really cute. Stick them in the freezer on a cookie tray. They will dry. You can also, I did orange chocolate. This is just craft chocolate or melting chocolate from the craft store. And again, same thing. I melted it on half power in the microwave. You take, again, your sliced apple. Again, you're not really touching these. Again, if you feel more comfortable, please, please, please wear gloves. And again, you want to dry your apples before you put them in the chocolate because you don't want them to seize up, right? Nothing more than a seized apple. I mean, I know it is Halloween, but you know, we don't want them dead on arrival. Get it? Gotta cast your spell. So with this one, I'm gonna do a jack-o'-lantern. So I'm gonna give him sort of like a funny jack-o'-lantern face and maybe do a chocolate stem and maybe give him some eyes. I don't know. This is a funny looking jack-o'-lantern. He's kind of melting. That's okay. Eyeballs all over the place. The point is that he's kind of a silly guy with a big open mouth. You can kind of do just about anything. Get sprinkles, mini chocolate chips, M&Ms, pretzels, potato chips. Basically anything that you have. I had everything here in my pantry. Easy peasy. Bag of apples, some chocolate. Do white chocolate, whatever you like. Have some fun. It's very budget friendly. And it's just a pantry. It's basically pantry fun. And it's not so bad, right? There's an apple underneath that chocolate. And you don't have to deal with the candy thermometer and caramel and all that other stuff. So that's one of the things I wanted to show you tonight. Really, really just a remake. And again, if you have a different kind of crowd, you could put dried fruit on it. You could literally do a million things. I have a child here that's very, very curious about, would you like one?
No, I don't like apples.
Oh, I don't like apples and chocolate. Well, if you don't like apples and chocolate.
I mean, I don't like it. So.
Well, maybe your little ghosts and goblins don't like chocolate. So, but that's just one thing. And I'll show you some other little things later. But Holly, why don't we talk about what I just did? I did not use gloves. Of course, you're having a group over.
Yes, we're having like kind of a combo Halloween this year. So we have
right. And if you're going to do something like this, where you're going to do kind of a group food activity, supply gloves.
Right.
Bring gloves.
Gloves, hand sanitizer, all that good stuff. You have to still have all your supplies for everything you're doing. And we have decided that, as Leah said, Halloween is one of our favorite things to do. So we're going to make it super fun for everybody, no matter what everybody's options are. So where we live, there's actually trick-or-treating on Halloween night from 6 to 8. Good old traditional trick-or-treating. Not everybody in the family is comfortable with that. So we're going to have an alternate trick-or-treating here at my house, the Mouse House. We're going to have alternate trick-or-treating for the little kids. But no matter what you're doing, you still have to be safe. So if you're doing something with foodstuffs, wear gloves. If you're going to do crafts where kids might be grabbing things off of a table, sanitize hands. If you're going out and about, make sure you have a good flashlight with batteries in it that are fairly new. And a great way to keep kids in the where you know where they are is to give them glow sticks. I mean,
oh, I love the glow sticks.
Every kid loves a good glow stick.
And you know, they're so affordable. You can get them at the dollar store.
And these are yes, absolutely. Almost everything we have going on here tonight, you can get at a dollar store or a grocery store. And these are the ones that hang around your neck. So you can get the necklaces, the bracelets, and just drape them all.
Right, because not everybody has light up sneakers or
right.
Whatever. You know, not everybody has that, and you don't need it for one night. Then you're kind of like, what do I do? You know, what do I do? You could probably even secure the glow sticks to a costume or
right. You could be part of a costume. Absolutely.
Right. And then that way you're not ruining your clothes and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah. It makes it really, really simple. So I think we can talk a little bit about how people, you know, some people feel completely overwhelmed by the concept of putting a costume together.
Right.
Especially as adults. Like, we're really great with our kids. Like, we know exactly where to go, what to do. They kind of give us an idea what they want, and we make it happen. no matter if it's a DIY. Like one year I made the best costume that my son says he still ever had. We made him into a robot, and it involved cardboard boxes and aluminum foil. Like, you don't have to go crazy to make the best costume ever. Sarah, how do you go about doing what you accomplished tonight? I mean, I just grabbed a couple things out of a box, threw it together, and said, I'm going to be an elf on the shelf.
I just went to Target because I couldn't find, like, also have horns and things, like, I don't know where they are packed in this house or even are in this house. So, I went up to Target, and my original thought was I'll be a witch, paint my face green and be a witch. But there were no witch hats. So I saw the ears and I'm like, okay, I can do a cat face on myself. So I bought, the pack of makeup at Target, very inexpensive, and basically what it is you have to build the makeup. So you put a layer of white on first, then you do like cats have the little round part on their face and their chin. So 2 white spots here, white spot here, and then it's just black, marker, like the oil marker that they give you in the kit. I mean,
so it is all like oil-based makeup though. So what do you, not only should you get your makeup and be prepared to use it, you should also be able to take it off.
So you have to make sure to either have a really good face cleanser, and I use face wipes. So I wipe it off first with the face, then I'll use the cleanser and really wash my face well. And that's why I didn't put it. So I have a scarf on, because if you see it, it really ends right here, because I didn't want it down in my neck. And I mean, that can just.
Great idea, Sarah. That's a great thought too. And again, we talked about this, I think, for the holiday. It was for the fall one. The pre kind of show to this is that if you do have allergies or skin sensitivity, test it on a patch of your skin
a couple days ahead of time so that you know.
Well, I think your costume is absolutely adorable, and so that you don't lose those pieces, because you'll want to, maybe somebody want to borrow them, or you want to wear them again, or make this your yearly costume. You really want to designate, if you can, in your home, where you kind of collect those things, because in the end, I think that if you have a place that you can put those things in, then it saves you so much more time, and then you make the investment, even if it's a $2 pair of ears or a tail, then that way you can pull them out and do different things with them through the year. I think it's really kind of, if you have the space. I know that some people live in apartments, and it's
the other thing that I did not purchase, and I have somewhere here in this house, is a spray that's a fixative for the makeup once you put it on, so it doesn't smear all over. So that's why I'm being really careful not to touch my face, because it would smear very, very easily unless you have that fixative on. So if you're planning on painting your face, make sure you have the fixative. Otherwise, by the end of the night, you're not going to have any lines on your face.
Right. You kind of have to think about where you're going to be, how long you're going to be there. Is it a house party? Are you taking the kids out, or the grandkids out, or your nieces or nephews out to go trick-or-treating? Like, where are you wearing the costume? Is it appropriate? Do you have to keep pulling, like in my case, like, are you constantly having to pull up your leggings? Are you, you want to be comfortable too. I mean, I know sometimes costumes can get complicated. Here, I just want to show you what I just did to these dollar store lollipops. Now, even if you go to the store tomorrow and they are out of candy, let's say they are out of Halloween candy, there's nothing left, you can save the day totally, because every big box store or dollar store always has these dumb lollipops, these little lollipops, or even these kind. I literally took these out of the candy closet in our house, in our pantry, because we always have, a little something for our son. So here's how to dress up just a plain old lollipop with dollar store things. Napkins from the dollar store, even if you don't have any orange ones. I just happen to have orange napkins. You can use a white napkin. I cut it into one square, and I made a ghost, and I made a pumpkin. So cute. I just dressed them up a little bit, very easy. Sharpie marker. I happen to have really cute little ribbons and ties. You could even do a twist tie if you have white twist ties or craft ties. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And it's not just, even if you're leaving a basket out for kids to grab stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Look at what you've given them. Look at what you've given them. So, so, so cute. Easy, and probably what? A couple extra dollars and a cup, not even dollars per. It's probably, this is probably, I got chocolate on it, but it's probably what? 25 cents, maybe.
Right.
And they're so fun. And even you could put, if you wanted to really amp it up, you could put a couple of these in a little gift bag. These cello bags you could buy at the dollar store and put a cute
Yep.
ribbon on them, or a thank you, or a happy Halloween. I just went ahead while you guys were talking, and I also did this. So I put my finished apple, of course, after the chocolate has dried, and I put it in a cello bag, dollar store again, a little bit of kitchen twine that I happen to have around. The kitchen witch always has stuff, okay? This is how the kitchen witch rolls all year long, okay? In the Keep It Simple Sweet Kitchen. So here you go. So this you could give out. This is amped up. Guys, this looks like a freaking gift. This is like, whoa, okay? So your guests can leave with this. You can do this at the table. Everybody gets to leave with an apple slice or apple slices. And you are going to be so popular. If you give these out, people are going to remember this. And guess what? A couple of dollars, maybe $1 per person, if that, depending on how many are people. Guys, get the kids around the table, get the adult kids, get the teenagers, get your friends and family around, have some cocktails, have your cheese boards, all your fancy stuff, and do these. I'm telling you, fun. The kitchen witch says so, so now you got to do it.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna have actually, I host Halloween every year, and of course this year's a little different for everybody. So if you are actually going to be handing out candy to kids that, you know, turn your light on and hand the candy out, we do suggest that you get a pair of gloves just for that. And if you go to do something else in the meantime, throw those gloves away and get another pair, because the way you spread stuff around is by touching things with your gloves. Like, your gloves should only be for handing out the candy. So that's just a little tip. But we're going to do stuff. We have, and I got crafty. I know this shocks everybody completely, because I decided that it's been such a crappy year that we are going to make Halloween really cool for the adults and the kids. So, you know, we have great food, great drinks, all that sort of thing, lots of candy for the kids. We're going to have candy stations throughout the property. I don't live on a huge piece of property, but they're really little kids. So we can put, you know, in every corner of my property, we're going to have somebody with a big bowl of candy where they can go up and say trick or treat and get their candy. But we're also going to have some games. So I went online and found some really cute games that are really easy. I mean, you can come up with some stuff too, but we have kids from 3 on up here. So, you know, it's a little bit of a mixed bag of ability and what kids can do and things like that. So I have done these. These are drinking glasses with tissue in them and tissue on top of them. And you do a bunch of them. So you do like 20 of these. And I have 3 different size cups. So, and it's a trick or treat poke. So you have them all laid out on a table, and the kid picks one and pokes it and pulls out whatever is in it. And in this case, it happens to be Reese's peanut butter cups. But you can also make it a trick instead of a treat. And I got, these are so cool. I think the kids are going to love these. They're vampire fangs with blood candy.
Oh.
So you can put the vampire fangs in and chew on the candy and have blood come out. So I figured this should be all over everything by the end of the night, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
So they're easy to do. Even the littlest a kid can poke a hole through the tissue. So, you know, you put some money in some of them, you know, some change or a $1 bill, you put some candy in some of them, you put some tricks in there. I've got some spiders and some scorpions and things like that we're going to have. So you never know what you're going to get. And then I have 2 games that are like win a prize games. I bought in the dollar store a green laundry basket and a little football.
Cool.
They're going to stand there and throw the football, and if they make it in the basket, they win a prize. So what I did was I got prizes at the dollar store, again, that are tricks and that are treats. So some prize, and they're all going to be wrapped up, so nobody's going to know what they are. So when you hit the basket with the football, you get to pick a prize. And the prizes, you know, little kids are going to want the prizes that are like the chocolate, or say, you know, the fun ball, or, you know, but I also have things like I have a roll of toilet paper. I have a box of macaroni and cheese. I have notebooks, things that kids are not going to find as fun as getting
Funny
say,
though.
a peanut butter pumpkin, so it's going to be very funny when somebody picks the toilet paper and that's their prize. And they're going to be like standing there going, what the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck, right?
Okay.
Can you picture Leo winning a roll of toilet paper? Yeah. And then I
You
really
probably want to make a mummy out of it.
I really, really, really wanted to have like bobbing for apples, but because it's so,
I
so
I
traditional.
love that when I was little, but
I know, but it's just
Well, we used to do it at our adult. We used to do it. Remember when we would have parties at mom's house? We would
Yep.
do bobbing for apples. We
you
were
would do bobbing for, and it was hysterical. Like
It would be so funny. Although there'd be maybe just maybe there'd be alcohol involved.
There might be alcohol involved. There might be
may.
alcohol involved this weekend, but hey,
Yeah.
it's all so instead of bobbing for apples, I had to think of something that had a little bit of a hard twist to it, so it's not too easy to win, but at the same time not so hard that the little kids couldn't finish it or do it. So I went to the again, I was in the dollar store walking around and around and around, and I found these little frogs.
Oh, cute.
Yep.
They're cute. They're all different color frogs, right? So the frogs are going to be in a big tub of water. And the hard part comes with the way they get them out is with chopsticks.
Oh,
So they're going to
cute.
have to hold the chopsticks and work it till they can get the frog. And you can eventually do it. It's hard, but you can eventually do it and get the frog out of the water.
That's
And
funny.
you win a prize. So it'll be funny. It's a little frustrating, a little hard, but at the same time, not so hard that they can't possibly do it. So I tried it with spoons and forks and it was just too easy. So we went with good old fashioned chopsticks. So
Awesome. Who do we have watching tonight?
we've got a bunch of people.
Say hello. Look, I don't have my phone with me here on the table, so I can't shout out.
We've
Shout out
got
to everybody
Kathy.
watching tonight.
Kathy and Deb Porter and Jerry is out there. Sue Dudley, hi, how are you?
Happy Halloween, everybody that's watching. I hope you're enjoying our Halloween special with the Kitchen Witch.
Guys,
Pink
gonna
Elf,
be-
I do have my something to say mug, so make sure you comment on what we're doing. We know you have something to say.
We have the kitty cat, the elf on the shelf, and the kitchen witch tonight, and we have some spooky music, courtesy of my son. Another thing that I thought was really kind of cool that I just kind of discovered while I was, okay, thank you very much for the sound, but I can't hear, was that I had finished our Dunkin' Donuts coffee container from BJ's. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's orange. I took the label off. And I was like, not everybody has the wherewithal to do a carved pumpkin, or maybe you have kids and you're just trying to, with cyber school, or just, maybe you're watching a bunch of kids and you want to do something fun. This is a great, safe way to bring on the Halloween spirit without any candles or any carving of the pumpkin. No muss, no fuss. So I just have my trusted coffee kit. I made a silly face on here. Again, Sharpie markers are your friend. You can get them at the dollar store. And so I just made a silly face on him. But then you can kind of, let's see if this works. I went ahead and I have just that typical, old-fashioned, old-school retro candy bucket. And I went ahead. You can make these and put these around your house, like if you're having a party or on your steps. And again, if they get kicked over, that's okay. And I just put a flameless candle inside. So it's like a little luminary type thing. And then you can do it the same way here. So this is just a candle that I have. It's really hard to see with this light on, but when you have the lights off, it flickers and you can see. And this is just like a reuse, recycle, reduce type of situation. Oh, my son's going to turn down the light. You have to turn him down. It's going to turn down the light. Oh, that's nice. Turn down the lights for me. And you can see. And then I also had these, typically these sit on my shelves for decorations, and I have the little ones, and these are just, I recommend that everybody in their arsenal of crafts have these little tiny, now these are Christmas glitter ones, but that's okay. Nobody sees them, right? We recycle them throughout the season, and you just put these in, and now you have, even if you did, like if you were having a party, let's say, and you were having a kitchen island party or a dining room table party, or you can turn it back down, that's fine. You could make this a centerpiece in your thing. You could put all your little orange little pumpkins around and have everything here. And you could stack them this was probably, I don't know, a $5 investment, maybe not even 10, and have a couple of these around, and it makes for a really cute. You can have them up your stairs, up your porch, and all of that kind of stuff. Easy peasy, cheap, DIY, and fun. So you don't have to break the bank. You could be like a kitchen witch, decorator, rock star, with little to no money and resources. And just what I would urge you to do is just keep things like Sharpie markers, these little candles, sprinkles. When you get sprinkles, make a mishmash of sprinkles, like, you know, throw them all in a jar. And I even took this little tree, this little dark tree, and I put one of those little cheap little dollar store spiders on him. And you could really make a little cute little tablescape for entertainment in no time at all, like literally no time, and very on budget. So I just wanted to share.
Very cool. I see Harry is very confused.
Harry
Why
Potter.
you look like him?
Why don't you go get your Harry Potter glasses?
Yeah.
Harry
Excited to
Potter
come.
is today. And the kitty has the kitty. I
Yeah.
see the kitty has made. So I have a couple rapid fire questions. Are you guys ready?
Mhm.
This is the most, oh, I have like a green hair in my face. The hazards of being a kitchen witch with a wig on. I have very important things to ask you guys, and these are more important than any presidential election that we could possibly vote on. These are the things
Way more fun.
not only are going to determine how this Halloween goes, but our friendship and family, like how we are as a family, how I relate to you from now on will be determined by the answer. So I want you to really think about this. Okay, candy versus chocolate. Holly.
Pretty even for me, I gotta say. I can't say I like one more than the other.
What's your favorite candy? Oh my God, those are disgusting.
Pumpkins, they're my favorite, and I
They're
only get
worse
them once a year. I get one bag once a year. It's the only candy. Seriously, I really think, because I hate candy canes, and there's other candies that I really don't like. This is the only candy that I can buy a bag of these suckers and eat the whole thing.
Okay, the next one, scary costumes versus funny costumes. Sarah.
I love funny costumes. I remember you years ago, and I still remember it to this day, with one of your boyfriends. You were a socket and a plug. I thought that was the funniest costume.
I still have those costumes, I believe, upstairs. That's funny.
I-
Okay, how about Hocus Pocus versus Halloween, the movie Halloween?
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, yeah.
Halloween
Hocus
any day.
Pocus.
Halloween.
Halloween.
That movie, that specific, I am absolutely not a horror movie person. I do not go out of my way to watch them. I do not in any way think that it's great genre. I know there's people out there that religiously follow all
Right.
the ones and see 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis at her 19-year-old self, or however old she was when she did it, she was the scream queen, and
Yeah, she was really, really good.
she was amazing, and I just love it.
What is your thoughts? And I want you to really think about this answer. This is like SAT type answers. What are your thoughts on candy corn?
Yuck.
Let's discuss candy corn.
This is basically candy corn.
Again, visually appealing. Love the colors, love the combo, love the concept,
And
And
not
is
the
it-
taste.
but not the taste, right? It's just a
Yeah.
little too much, right?
I think
So
it makes a great decoration.
we're not
Yep.
candy corn in
I-
this. Okay. So, another way to make a party fun, we always jump into, people think that the only kind of holiday music is Christmas music, right? And although there are specific, like because I'm a music person, so I can think of quite a few, Love Potion #9, there's Witchy Woman, there's, Devil Went Down to Georgia, there's, there's so many songs.
Thriller is one of the
What?
Thriller with Michael Jackson.
Thriller with
Thriller,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson. Like, you could really set the
Classic.
scene again, really inexpensively. Even if you're just having a couple people over, music is a big deal, and it really sets the tone. So, go to the music when you do a search. Like, now that there's
Spotify, Pandora, they all have holiday
yeah, you
specific.
can actually. So music is really, 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 really important. It's just as important to me, I think, as the food and the costumes and the
Mhm.
decor and what you give out and things like that. So, check your music, Google it. Like Holly said, if you have Pandora or Alexa, we don't have an Alexa in our house. Sorry, honey. I don't have an Alexa in my house, so I have to kind of do it the old fashioned way. And, or the TVs now, some of our cable programs have music channels on them. That's kind of typically what we do. They have like holiday things. So we've covered safety. We've covered some costume ideas. We've covered some tablescape. We've covered some.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, because you remember back in the day when I have some trick or treat questions. So how do you guys feel about teenagers trick or treating?
What trick or treating?
Teenagers.
I'm totally for it, as long as they're respectful, as long as they I think that they should let the little people go first. If they're going up if they're going up a driveway or up a walk and there's the little kids, let the little kids go first. Basic courtesy. That it's really, I think Halloween is for everyone. I don't think that we should restrict. I don't think we should restrict anybody under 18. I think should be able to go trick or treating.
I think if the parents go through all this and bring the kids around, I'm going to give them a piece of candy too. My other question is, so if so you're going to give out candy and you have trick or treaters coming. I live in an area where I absolutely do not get trick or treaters. So when I buy candy for Halloween, either the men in this house eat it or the people at the party.
Which is really weird because that's where we trick or treat.
I know.
It's really weird that, I remember being at your house a couple times and giving out candy.
We get a couple kids.
I definitely live in a neighborhood where people do not trick or treat. I have lived here for 10 years. We have never, because we don't have a sidewalk. We live on a major thoroughfare. We haven't never had a trick-or-treater, never.
Neighborhood, and the kids do come, but usually not here. So,
Right.
So I do shut it. Sometimes I'll put out like a big container of candy, and when it's gone, it's gone. Sometimes I'll just shut off all the lights because I'm over at you guys' house.
Well, here's my big presidential vote kind of question from me. M&M Mars or Hershey's chocolate? Which big bag do you guys reach for when you buy the big bag of candy?
M&M.
Is Twix made by M&M Mars or Hershey?
Yeah, the big bag, like the big bag of candy. It's kind of like DC or Marvel. Which one do you like?
I don't like chocolate or candy really at the end of the day, but I do like the little Twix mini, the little Twix. That's the only one that I try to steal out of Leo's arsenal of candy.
Twix or M&M Mars, right?
The fun size Twix are my favorite.
I believe
my favorite candy bar is Twix. But I'm really honestly not a chocolate person. I'm not a candy person. I don't like things getting stuck in my teeth. I've never been a candy person. I don't like it. But
I got the big bag. I got the traditional big bag. And of course, I got Hershey's. I mean, Leah wouldn't, but this Reese's peanut butter cups are a big, important thing for my house. But, not every kid eats candy. Like, as Leah said, she's not really into it too. So I opted for.
So I definitely can't have anything like that.
I got a big box of little bags of pretzels for the kids who won't eat candy.
Well, I'm getting full disclosure here. I did not buy candy for the party. I bought fishy cracker, the little bags.
You bought other fun stuff. Don't you worry, Leah brings it.
The little bags of fishy crackers and the little fruit snacks, the
perfect.
Candies. Yeah. So I did not buy candy because I think candy and chocolate is a very personal thing. So I know that snacks are good. And then the moms and dads can shuffle that out and then throw that in the kids' lunch if they're going to traditional school or when they're home doing their homeschooling, and then they have them and it's kind of nice to have. So I think throw that stuff in the cupboard, like the little bags of pretzels, little bags of stuff, and then every once in a while Leo will want a little something and I have it for him. So it's kind of, we're very budgetary, party friendly here.
Well, here in my house, it was all about the activity of trick-or-treating. When Connor was little, we would go trick-or-treating for Halloween, and I'd have a big bag of candy that lasted until Christmas, and then I'd throw it out, and then he'd get a big bag of candy for Christmas, and then that would be in the fridge until I threw it out, and then Easter would come and eat, because the kid was really not a candy eater. So there are lots of people.
And then every kid's birthday party, in full disclosure, that's where I got these lollipops, came out of the candy closet. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that if you have some lollipops lying around, give those to your trick-or-treaters, but You could definitely, I'm not saying do that. We're not that cheapo. You know, the Kitchen Witch does not advise that. But this is also something cute you could do with your kids. So, or if you are like school podding, like if you're doing the school pod thing, or if you are, you know, watching kids, you know, it kind of breaks it up a little bit. It's easy. It's something that little kids can do. You know, little kids can do things, little kids can do it, and it's just fun. It's just simple, simple, simple. Sarah, what say
That's the point of a lot of this. I think
What's
that's the point
another
of a lot of-
thing? What's another thing that you used to do with your kids for Halloween that was fun? What are some memories that you have of Halloweening, or
I mean,
your favorite costume?
I love pumpkins, you know, all kinds of pumpkins. So we used to go to the pumpkin patch and get all kinds of pumpkins and paint them and carve all of that kind of stuff. I'm not really fond of carving pumpkins. They make me itch. Like
Yeah.
when you like gut them out.
So this kind of decor, this is better for you,
So
right?
that definitely, I prefer
This
that.
makes more sense for
Um,
you.
I
Exactly.
did always roast the pumpkin seeds and salt them, you know, because why waste the seed? I love apple cider, you know, so I love to go apple picking. I love apple cider and powdered donuts. That has always been one of my very favorite Halloween kind of
Mhm.
treats. And it's one that, you know, has been around since I was a kid.
I broke down and made an apple crisp this week, and the boys
Yum.
actually they ate it. Even Connor.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy, you know. So everybody seems to be in the fall
Right.
mood.
So like with these apple dipped in the chocolate, it doesn't have to be Halloween per se.
No,
It doesn't have to be ghouls and goblins and ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns or whatever. You could put, like I said, you could put, if you're having like a dinner party with adults, go get the fancy, if you can get it, go get the Ghirardelli chocolate and melt that instead.
Mm.
You could make it fun. You can make it fun. I forgot to bring out, I had a little bowl of gummy worms and stuff. You can make it as fun as you want, but you could also put, like I said, nuts, cranberries, you know, whatever else you want to make it maybe a little bit more elegant. Like if you have a cheese board or a cheese board or charcuterie and you're putting out, you know, your cheeses and your meats and your olives and things like this, dip a couple of these in chocolate, slice them up and have that on the board, maybe with some dark chocolate or have the apples with some dark chocolate. It's really like, you could do everything from silly and scary on up to a little bit more elegant. You could do an elegant, you know, this is all, I'm in kid mode because I have a 6-year-old, but I'm kind of like, or a seven, he's 7 now, actually, sorry. But I'm kind of like a 7-year-old when it comes to this stuff because again, the colors, the opportunity to just be really, what's kitschy, I guess, kitschy in the kitchen, is just like kind of my jam. But again, you could make this more elegant, you know.
well,
More,
I was saying to Holly earlier, we should do something for the adults there, you know, with little bottles of liquor, you know, because
Yeah,
you can
put them in the punch cups.
get the adults because why not? You know, have something for the parents too.
well, the thing is in our family is that half the people don't drink. Or
Well, you gotta have a mix. It's kind
yeah,
of like,
I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in over 8 years.
but you might like a Lindor truffle. So you could get like
Yeah.
really nice chocolate instead, you know.
Right.
So-
You don't have to, like, again, I did everything kind of family, budget, easy, pantry style.
Mhm.
If you're just having a couple people over Saturday and you're not doing the kid thing, and that's totally cool. There was a time in Holly in my life that we didn't have the kids either. And it was like we just sat around, looked at each other, drank, and probably watched
Had a fire and
had a fire and watched a movie. I don't even remember because there's been kids in our family now for 18 years.
18 years.
So I do not remember. I mean, there was a lot of years growing up because I live in my grandparents' house. My mom lives next door. And because we live in an area, we had to go trick-or-treating somewhere. There was a lot of years that we didn't do a whole lot unless we were going to a school dance or going
Right.
with friends. And then as Holly and I got older, we would go down to the bars downtown and do, like, if they were having a Halloween, we'd get dressed up or go to a party. But it really didn't start to ramp up until the kids. I mean, I just think that kids, you know, if you don't have any kids, I mean, don't go steal any. I'm not saying that, but like being around kids at the holidays there is something magical about it.
I was so excited, Connor. Connor has a Halloween costume. I mean, my son's going to be 18 in a month and a couple days, and I was really kind of thinking that he wasn't going to participate. He has to go to a Halloween party at his work that night, so he does kind of have to be in the festive mood for his job. But I really thought he'd kind of poo-poo it here.
Right.
But him and his girlfriend got a couple's costume, so
Oh.
I was just totally impressed. Yeah, Connor is Bugs Bunny, and she's Lola Bunny from
Oh, cute.
Space Jam.
Very cute.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't
they're
wait to
doing the
see that.
basketball Space Jam thing. So
You know,
yeah.
there's so many couples costumes. Like, what
Mhm.
happens? Holy crap! If you get holy witches Batman, like if you get invited to a party, let's say it's Saturday night, people are having to get together. Maybe it's gonna be COVID friendly or distance, whatever, outside, like what we're doing, and it's like, what do? Shop your closet.
Mhm.
Look at your favorite shows. You could do a lot of things with flannels. Again, you could go and get ears. There's so many things that you could do with your regular clothes. I was in the costume store the other day with Leo because this is not my Halloween costume. This is my keep it simple sweet kitchen witch costume for you guys. I have a completely different costume for Saturday. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because my son picked it out. And so we were in the costume store. There's so many. You could go just get a face mask. You could do a flannel shirt. I saw the Flow costume from Progressive. I thought I almost did that for this. I almost did it and I might do it. That is so freaking cute. Then there was another one that I really liked. Like it was a mad scientist.
Mhm.
I thought that would be cute for the kitchen. I might do that next year. Check out online. You could get things for discount. Again, put your arsenal together. Everybody should have ears and a tail,
Mhm.
a fun wig,
A good
Yeah.
hat.
a fun hat, a map. They had the most beautiful. I don't want to plug any one store, but at the big box store where they have all the Halloween stuff, I'm not going to say what it is. They had the most gorgeous face masks, scrolly black with feathers and all kinds of stuff that were just gorgeous. If you do nothing else, put your lipstick on, put that on, put on some black clothes and some black heels, you're done. Like it was like for $7.99, $10.99, $20. You're done with a costume. You're done. There's so many cool things you can do. Shop your closet, shop your house. Use your imagination. This is the time, people. Use your imagination.
So let me ask, Aaliyah, what was your favorite Halloween costume you ever got dressed up as?
Raggedy Ann. When I was a little girl, my mom made me a Raggedy Ann costume and I wore it. And then she made me another one kind of when I aged out. And then that costume went to my little sisters. And then I found one. It was probably when the kids were little, when we were having the parties at mom's, when Connor and Nicholas were little. And so I found one again, complete with the hat and the wig and the socks and the whole thing. And I have that in the closet. So I have that in my arsenal. And I was Raggedy Ann when Leo and I were Raggedy Ann and Andy, I think he was probably 3.
I have a picture of you guys in your
So we
outfit.
did that. So probably my favorite costume, because I love Raggedy Ann when I was little, is probably all time will be Raggedy Ann. I'm really starting to love my kitchen witch because it's something I kind of bring out when I do these kinds of things. And I'm proud of the fact that I made the hat. Very easy. I went again to the craft store, dollar store. I got some whisks and some cookie cutters. There's a bat cookie cutter. Yeah, it's a bat cookie cutter, some little spatulas and whisks, ribbon that I had at the house. I bought the hat, I think at the big box store. It was probably maybe $20. So we're looking at a $25, $30 thing that I have now had for 5 years. So I keep it in my office up on the shelf so it's safely kept. I like to look at it. I love the colors. I love the inspiration. I love what it says about me, because everybody that knows me knows that I'm in the kitchen a lot. I'm a baker. I'm a pastry chef. I do keep it simple sweets. I like to do demos and do things like this. So she is the wig might change, the hair might change, but the hat stays the same. So I'm very proud of that. So that would probably be my second one. And then I think that the one that I'm wearing this weekend, which you guys will see, is going to be a really nice one. And the thing is, again, I didn't spend a whole lot of money getting those new pieces, but now there might be somebody else in the family that wants to use them, or I'll use them.
I really wasn't going to dress up this weekend, but I think now that I have a costume, I will.
You have to, totally, because the little kids are going to flip their flip their candy corn when they see you in that costume, I think that that's going to be really, they're going to be a little,
Question is, does anybody have red leggings? Because I could really use a pair of red leggings.
I do not have red leggings of all things.
How about you, Sarah? What's your favorite costume?
They have red, for real quick, they have red footless leggings over at that big box store for not a whole lot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But and they have stripe too and all kinds of stuff. So you can probably do the red and white stripe and be like a big old candy cane. That's my favorite. See, candy canes are my favorite Christmas symbol. Like they're my favorite.
Yes.
I don't like to eat them, but we decorate the kitchen with a lot of candy cane stuff. And when we do that show, I'll show you how I made my own candy canes and my own big candy cane candy. So yeah, I just think that this is fun. This is just a way, guys. We gotta stop jumping on down, please. We have to see with little kids. We have to just park our broomsticks and,
Have a good time.
right here. Park your broomsticks, sit a spell. Halloween doesn't have to be daunting and do a little haunting. So, just freaking have fun, man. This has like been crazy. I am like homeschooling my kid, not going out a lot. This is like every opportunity I get to go to Holly's house, it's like I'm going to, the Royal Palace or something. I'm going on like I'm literally like, guys, it is literally like a hop, skip, and a jump down there. I could probably walk there if I wanted to, but it's like I'm going to paradise because it's not here. As much as I love my house and I love to do all this and be here, it's just nice to be able to go somewhere that's a safe place, right? It's a safe place. It's family. It's fun. We're going to incorporate a little bit of fun in it. The kids are there. We know where the kids are, right? You know where the kids are at. So, and it's good fun. And you get to be creative. You get to be the kitchen witch for a night or whatever you want to be. So I like it.
Sarah, I want to circle back around again. What was your favorite Halloween costume that you ever wore?
Being Mrs. Claus.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is fun. That is fun.
You know what? You should pop that back out. You should do that again because I think the little kids, the kids would like that.
You could be Mrs. Claus and I could be the elf on a shelf. Oh my gosh.
And I could be a reindeer. That would be cute.
I got to say my favorite Halloween costume, it was a couple's costume. So I was the devil and my husband was a nun.
That costume that year was so.
He had a big cigar and a nun's costume on, and I was the devil. It was just really funny. Like people would be like, "Oh my God, that's Kevin."
It was
totally played along with it.
And he was so tall and unshaven. And didn't he have a cigar, I think, or something?
Yes, he had a big cigar. Yeah.
Like a naughty nun on the run. It was like really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that definitely the Raggedy Ann. I'm definitely getting into the last couple of years with the wigs. I never really did. The Raggedy Ann wig has the yarn hair kind of stuck to the hat.
Mhm.
That was cool. But in the last couple of years, I've really kind of gotten a couple wigs and I'm really starting to like that,
Hannah wants to know if Sarah is Harry for Halloween. You're Harry's girlfriend.
Yeah, Harry's.
Happy Halloween week. I hope we see you. She's probably working.
Yeah. I just want to give a quick shout out to Hannah. And actually, Hannah's coming eventually.
Hey,
Hannah, Joan, mom's out there, Cindy. Everybody who tuned in tonight, we had so much fun. I think the point of all of this is that you need to take time to make it memorable and make it fun, and you don't have to drive yourself crazy to do that or spend a lot of money. Take
pictures of these things. Stop jumping on that, please. I will take pictures of these things and show. Again, easy rock star status in the kitchen. You do not have to be a crafter. You don't have to be a baker.
Yep.
This can all be done. Simple. You can get this stuff. You have time now to go get all the stuff that I just talked about. Check out your grocery stores. I literally use regular chocolate. Go to the craft store, raid your cupboards for things, pretzels, potato chips, and just be creative.
Yeah, for the games, I used cups that I had bought that I don't like. They were too flimsy to use for actual drinks at a party. So I repurposed them to the game because I'm never going to use this for an actual drink. And, I went dollar store tissue and rubber bands from the office aisle, and poof, you have a game. So
exactly, it's the same thing that I did with the lollipops I found in the cupboard. It's like if you are really on a tight budget or you just don't know what to do, easy, fast, and you know what? When the kids, they won't be like, oh, just a lollipop. This is like really cool. This is really cool. And you could even do a green napkin and make them look like aliens. You could do black napkins, make them look like witches. There's like a whole bunch of different things you can do. And again, don't forget, look around your house. The kids love this kind of stuff. Reuse, recycle, and reduce. And I'm probably going to keep this for next year because Leo and I could probably add on to it maybe with some other things that when we have more time or we think about it, we could actually up our game with all these things and maybe make a nice centerpiece. So.
That's actually something that I do every holiday. I usually wind up getting one new thing kind of to add to my decor, at least
Right.
new things. So Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter, and the biggie Christmas, you know, I always add some kind of decor scape, you know, new
Right,
place for
exactly.
people
Well,
to
these
look
black
around the house.
trees, were new to me this year.
Mhm.
And then as I was getting ready for the show tonight, I found these little spiders. So I just stuck them in there and I'll probably just go put them on my shelf
Mhm.
behind me in my kitchen where I decor. So use your imagination, guys. Nobody can take that away from you. It doesn't matter what's going on in the rest of the world. Creativity and the love for a holiday, love for your family comes from within. So we've always talked about this on this show, is just coming from the inside and showing your spirit on the outside. And you know what? If somebody is alone on the holiday and, always reach out, it makes us feel better, makes us feel good. It helps them, maybe drop them off a bag of treats if they're alone or don't have children.
Absolutely. If you know any people who are elderly and maybe they're alone, you can always go visit and social distance and show them your little kids' outfits. You don't have to go in the house. You don't have to touch each other. Everybody can stand apart and get a couple pictures and have a good time and, think about
This is
others.
the time to be creative and be resourceful. We all have it within us. It's all within. Don't let any of the stuff that's going on outside affect you too much. If you're not ill, shout out to all people affected by everything that's going on. We love you and we're here for you. But if you're not suffering and if you're not going through all of that, you know what? Get off the couch, turn the TV off, all the noise, turn on some Halloween music, do a craft with your kids, your grandkids, go borrow some kids in the neighborhood, throw some candy at them as they walk by, whatever turns you on, put on some Halloween music and have a good time.
So I hate to say it, but we've used up all of our time. So Miss Kitty, the elf on the shelf, and the kitchen witch.
I better see that kitty cat and that elf on the shelf this week.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely
better
gonna
do it, Sarah.
I'm gonna do a better outfit though. Like I'm not completely. It's only here up.
You gotta bring it. Everybody has to bring it this weekend. Everybody has to bring it.
We will. So we all want to wish everybody a really, really fun and happy Halloween. I mean, we love this season. We hope you do too. Be safe. If you are having an adult party, don't drink and drive. Everybody think about what you're doing ahead of time, make plans, have a designated driver, have your Uber app ready to go, make sure you are safe, make sure you follow all the COVID rules that are out there. We all know them by now, no need to repeat them a million times, but we want everybody to rather have a really good time, party like rock stars, but keep safe. So we want to thank our sponsors, BrokersRealty.com and Stroudsburg, for bringing us to you every week. Without them, we couldn't come and visit you. We also want to thank the Cinder Inn, a great place to go and have a party or dinner. They have all kinds of globes now. There's little snow globes for fun dates out. She even has a party dome now. So if you're looking to have a party, check out the
I think we should have a something to say meeting in the dome.
I think we will. I think we will have our holiday party there. And also we want to thank A Bit of Bliss Therapy in Pocono Lake. They are absolutely our favorite place for great massage and spa services. So check them out. It's been a great and fun show. We hope everybody enjoyed themselves. See you next week, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Bye-bye. Happy Halloween.